I was in the Army for just shy of 22 years. I started off as a military policeman. And then when I was at 10th Mountain Division Light Infantry, I switched over. I went Airborne Ranger School, and then I got drafted into recruiting, and I finished as an Army recruiter. So when I retired from the Army, they put you through the process where you go through and they go through your medical records and ask about everything that were in your medical records. And they went through that process local. And our local VA does a great job. And they went through the whole process. And as they finished that, I was rated 0%, but I had this list of things. So I got a rating, but for all those injuries, they gave me 0. And so that went on for the first 5 years. I went to a reevaluation at that point. I went to 10%. And then I went another 5 years. And then actually it was after I had spine surgery the first time that they raised me to 40%. And then I came up for my next 5 year. And then somebody referred me to Trajector, and that's how I ended up talking with you. And so not only it was yep, I hurt my shoulder, or yes, I had a spinal injury. It was, okay, so the repercussions of that, what has it caused since then? What do you feel from that? So it gave me more of a conversational piece to think about the questions and the answers. It forced me to, okay, well, I'm having problems with this leg because of this spinal injury. And so it went through. So the question and answer process was very thorough in helping me to articulate my symptoms and feelings with the VA. It's a medical person through that they have you interview with. And as I went through that interview, it's private, confidential, so you're still having that part of it. But in that process helped me to take issues and be able to discuss those issues in an open manner with the VA personnel. Well, and see, that was me too. I didn't understand the paperwork. Where do I start? How do I do it? And then you go down to an intake center for the VFW downtown at the federal building, and they'll help you fill out a form. And then that form goes in, and it's very complicated as far as what I had to do when I went from 10% to 40%, very complicated. Took a lot longer in the process in the grand scheme of things. Instead, since Trajector walks you through the steps, okay, our next step, Alan, is to have an interview on this date. Our next step is to have this meeting at this time and to get you set up with this form. Good explanation. And then when their nursing staff called me to schedule the appointments, it was rather quick on the phone. Yep, I see a good explanation here. We'll get you scheduled for a consult. And then the VA scheduled me for all the consults, and everything was pre-prepared for the paperwork because of the interviews, and it went very easy.